We have a really diverse and wonderful staff at React EC. We have a lot of women on our staff. We have working moms, we have young professionals, we have established professionals, and I really strive to realize where there are gender biases, where we're falling short in the workplace, and address them immediately in a public way. Be open with staff and say, hey, we made a mistake here. Let's fix it. Let's make our workplace a better, more equitable place to be so that everybody is happy and thriving and successful.
It's really important to first understand equity properly and learn about how we can have access to equity in our own life personally, because if we personally get access to it, learns about it, and gets educated on it, only then we will be able to provide an equal environment where everyone can have the necessary tools for getting the same opportunities.
By supporting and promoting diversity and inclusion in workplace and community. Value the difference, accept the difference.
Continuing to be an advocate. I think I am in a position where I have a voice and I need to use that voice to the best of my ability and for individuals that don't get to have their voice heard by others.
I will be more conscious of my own individual needs. I think it's important to know the strengths that a person has and how different you could be from others, and how can you utilize that to do your best. When you become conscious of that and a firm believer in equity, then you will make sure that you provide that to everybody around you. My plan is to learn about this more and to be conscious of it more and ask everybody about their individual needs, what they need to succeed, and try to facilitate that and be a supporter in the process.
I am so happy in React DC we have a woman program, we have some program for capacity of the Afghan woman about the education, about the learning, about the English. By this way, we hope we can integrate all Afghan women here and we can support them.
Through my work, I hope that I am instrumental in providing for these families, the children, the women, that I make sure that they have access to education, that they have access to be able to fund that education, and then also childcare. There are a lot of families that we have that have young kids, and even though the mother would like to go back to work or go back to school, taking care of the young children has always been a problem. Back when we were in the military, that was my number one issue, was trying to find childcare for military families, and it's still there today. But that is my goal, is to try to make sure that those walls and barriers can come down in some way.
Educate our friends, families, children, and colleagues and communities on the importance of equity globally.
Educating myself and others about equity and the difference between equality and equity, examining my own biases, listening to and amplifying marginalized voices, and investing in communities and organizations that serve those marginalized groups, collaborating with partners and allies to create systemic change.
خب همه باید بر اساس ویژگی‌ها، نیازمندی‌ها و خصوصیات هر فردی، چه بحث جندر یا جنسیت مطرح باشه، چه بحث عقیده مطرح باشه، چه بحث اتنیکی یا بحث مربوط به یک مجموعه خاصی از لحاظ اتنیکی مطرح باشه، باید در امور اجتماعی، در امتیازات اجتماعی همه بهره مند شود، صرف نظر از اینکه جنسیت افراد چی هست، مربوط به کدام عقیده‌ای هست، از کدام کشوری هست، در چه جایگاه اجتماعی قرار داره، باید از مزایای اجتماعی یکسان مستفید شود.
As a female in a position of leadership in resettlement, I will continue to make sure that we address issues of inequity, particularly in accessing resettlement services, and making sure that we're empowering women. I would really like to focus on having women have access to financial literacy, to trainings about domestic violence, to mental health services, specifically related to post-traumatic stress disorder and postnatal depression, and empowering women through all of our programs at LSSNCA.
The more we have friendships and relationships that cross some of these divides, the more we can promote equity within our own spheres. I want to continue to focus on and lean into how can I pursue friendships and relationships with people that are different than me. And even though I can advocate for equity and I can within my workplace and on a mass scale, that's something I can do in my personal sphere, and simply by opening my network.
Continuing to
believe in my own gifts and my own calling and trying to do the same for others, seeing what gifts others bring, especially other women and young women, girls, listening to other people, other women, young women again, who are very much in the phase of life of being formed and informed about their own worldviews, listening to them, counting their perspectives, asking them what they want to see, what they want to do. In a nutshell, listening.
Share the kindness and happiness that comes from valuing and supporting difference, and reflect that together we all be part of solutions, not the problems.
Speaking up for discrimination in workplace.
With our React Women's program, we have made an effort to supply feminine hygiene products to all of our women that participate in the program to offset the cost that they would incur having to buy those products each month, living on very limited incomes and needing those products to attend their jobs, their school, take care of their families. It's really helpful, and it continues our effort to create a more equitable world.